All right, Zulma Gonzalez, this mic is all yours.
All right. Hey, hey. A thankful Thursday. A thankful Thursday to each and every only one of us. I'm coming to you from my phone because just before 9 o'clock, my computer said I wasn't online. Well, how can I not be online? According to Alexa, I'm online. And if Alexa says I'm online, I'm online. According to my ADT, I'm online. But according to my computer, I was not. So then I tried the mobile hotspot from my phone and it connected. And then when I came here, everything, I heard every third or fourth word that Dove was saying. I'm like, no, 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 this doesn't work. No, 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 no. So then I tried my tablet and the same thing happened. And so here I am on my phone. However, I'm going to try something. I'm going to attempt to turn my screen around so that, let's see how much, let me see if I can do this. Turn my screen around so that you can see my PowerPoint. Oh, there we go. Here we go. That just might work. Let's see if we can make this happen. Um, all right. So you can see that. Yes. Okay. Now let me see if I can. What can I do here? That's all I can do. All right. All right. And so it is. Um, what I think I'm gonna try to do is set my phone on something. This is difficult. What I'm trying to do here, but let's see what happens. We'll just do the best we can, and if not, I'll have to just read to you. So we are, as we have been since November, talking about A Course in Miracles meets Science of Mind, and we also meet other metaphysical teachings. The um, a lot of what we find in the course we can find in older teachings. They correspond one to another. They are they are absolutely related. Trying to make sure that my screen. You know what? Let me come out. Let me do this. Let me come back. Come back. I need to make sure things are working before I start pushing buttons all over the place. Um, like where'd my mouse go? Right, there it is. Okay, here we go. All right, we can do it. We can do it. Nope. No, you know what? Nope, not gonna do that. Not gonna do it that way. My apologies. I'm having all kinds of what we would consider technical difficulties, and I am going to attempt to do it this way. There we go. All right. So we're looking at my computer. Course in Miracles meets Science of Mind. Our first reminder is that the kingdom of heaven is within you, and that whoever shall know himself shall find it. The kingdom of heaven is within. The kingdom of heaven, the Course reminds us, is us. And whoever shall know himself shall find it. I'm going to move, we'll do some things a little differently today. We're reminded to begin each day with time devoted to the preparation of your mind to learn what each day you will review that day and offer you in freedom and in peace. This feels very uncomfortable to me. So I am going to turn this back around, and you're just going to have to appreciate my lovely face. And I maybe I'll switch back and forth, but just attempting to hold the phone and move the slides and mm-mm, mm-mm. It's not working. Mm-mm. So hear me out. We're reminded from John, in the Bible in John chapter 13, verse 17, that if you know these things, happy are ye if you do them. Huh, how about that? We're talking about the Course tells us that this is, about the application. It's about the practical. It's about practicing. So I can read all day long, and I can study all I want and keep my head in the book. But if I don't practice, then it's just I'm just wasting my eyeballs, my eyesight, and I'm wasting my time. I mean, unless I just love to read with no intention of ever making any changes in my life. The goal is to change our thinking so that we can change our life. That's a quote from Ernest Holmes. And Karen Casey wrote a book called Change Your Mind and Your Life Will Follow. And the Course tells us that we can think differently. The Course reminds us that what we do comes from what we think. In fact, that may be that's not here. And before I go into the mind, your mind, today I'm going to read a little I am going to turn this around, from Joel Goldsmith, Practicing the Presence. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but whether you can or not, work with me, because here we
We
go.
can see it and it looks fine, Zulma.
Okay, perfect. From Practicing the Presence, as a prayer on page, I believe it's 95. And it reads thus: I will never leave you nor forsake you. I will never leave you nor forsake you wherever you are or whatever you are. Hindu, Jew, Christian, Muslim, atheist. It is my nature to be the very heart and soul of your being. Neither your stupidities nor your sins can come between you and me. And I love that. I'm going to pause right there. Neither your stupidities nor your sins. We make mistakes. Yes, we do. And when in the time of Joel's writings, even though he does make mention that sin is it's nothing permanent. Sins can be threatened, and because so-called sins are not permanent. Mistakes can be threatened. That all we do is correct them, and that's the end of that. But we make these these stupidities. I love how you said that. These stupidities. It doesn't matter what we do. It doesn't matter what we say. The Course tells us that there's nothing that we can do or say or think or anything that can not make us worthy, because our worth is established by God. Nothing can separate us from God's love, because our worth is established by God. All right, let's continue. But he says here that neither your stupidities nor your sins, which means nothing can come between you and me. Nothing can separate us from God. To continue, you may temporarily separate yourself from me, at least, because see, that's what we think we're doing. That is, you may think, I love that, you have separated yourself from me, and you certainly can separate yourself, from the benefit of my presence. I keep getting a phone call, and I'm trying to prevent this call from coming in. You may temporarily separate yourself from me. That is, you may think you have separated yourself from me, and you certainly can separate yourself from the benefit of my presence. Hear that. We can separate ourselves from the benefit of God's presence. When I'm thinking something is wrong, oh, this is terrible. Oh, why is this happening? Oh, I wish there was another way. Oh, it should be different. I am separating myself from the benefit of God's presence. So you may think you have separated yourself from me, and you certainly can separate yourself from the benefit of my presence, but that does not mean that I have left you. Because it's not possible. How can all go anywhere? How can we all go anywhere? You will find, Joel continues, that at any moment, night or day, whether you make your bed in hell or in heaven, whether you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, and reminder, it's a shadow. There is no death, it's shadow. At any time you like, you may turn and you will find that I am walking beside you. The Course asks us to see this above all else. I want to see this differently. I'm reminded I am not the victim of the world I see. So if I'm perceiving myself in hell, or if I'm perceiving myself in the valley of the shadow of death, I can choose to see it differently. He says, you may turn and you will find that I am walking beside you. I am the everlasting arms underneath you. And it continues. I am the cloud by day and the pillar of fire by night. I am that which sets a table before you in the wilderness. If you are hungry, I am the ravens that come bringing you food. I am the widow sharing a little cake and a cruse of oil. I will never leave you. I will be manna for you in your desert experience. I will be that which opens the Red Sea for you if no other way opens. I am that which I am forever and ever. I have been that unto eternity, and that's that with a capital T. I have been that unto eternity and will be that, for I am I in the midst of you. Whithersoever thou goest, I will go. Wherever you are, God is. There's no place where God is not. Never to be left, always available, providing, supplying. There's a workbook lesson, and I can't remember which one it is right now, where it talks about God being the air we breathe and the food we eat and all that. My gosh, God is all in all, the Course reminds us. In the Bible, God is all in all. There is nothing that can separate us from God. I thought that prayer was so beautiful. I believe it's page 95 of the Practicing the Presence. And if it's not 95, it's 91. But anyway, it's one of those pages. So yeah, that really moved me this morning, and I figured I would share that with you today. So, Dr. Ernest, I'm doing Mind Your Mind a little bit differently. From Dr. Ernest, 3 quotes. We should daily train our thoughts to recognize the spirit in everything we do, say, or think. There is no other way. To try another way, to try any other way would be to make a complete failure. And it's not possible. How can we separate from the all? We should daily train our thought to recognize the spirit in everything we do, say, or think. Not some things, but everything. There is no other way. The Course teaches us that only the thoughts that I think with God are my real thoughts. And that's what this is saying. There is no other way. Recognize the spirit. Train our thought to recognize the spirit in everything we say, everything we do, everything we think, because there is no other way. And then the quote with which you all are familiar from Dr. Ernest, that thoughts and things are but 2 ends of the same proposition. Since it's impossible to stop thinking, we cannot stop creating or making. Our choice is whether we shall create constructively or make destructively. I've been watching, the news. Zulma has been watching the news. How's that? Where I work, they have the television on all day long. I walk in, the TV's on. When I leave, the TV's on. And sometimes I just have to put a pair of headphones, noise cancelers to give myself a break, because it's just way too much. It's way too much. It's way too much. I am seeing crime, more crime. I'm remembering, that reminds me when my mother, when mommy came, when I used to care, before mommy came to live with me, I would keep her a couple of days a week on my days off from work. Um, and she would come over here, and she was afraid to sit outside. And the reason why mommy was afraid to sit outside is because when she was at home in the evenings, she would watch the news. And of course, news is, there's nothing that, very, very, very seldom do you see a positive story on the news, unless they find, now they're finding little TikToks and little things, um, to give us a smile. It's a wonder that some of those people can sleep at night with all the stuff that they are reporting. And anyway, so mommy wouldn't, she was nervous. She didn't want to sit outside. Once she came to live with me, I would turn on sitcoms, just sitcoms, just sitcoms. Mommy forgot that she was afraid and would sit out. Loved it. As long as the weather was good, she enjoyed being out there and watching the people and whatever have you, and what she just enjoyed it. But we keep putting this, we keep thinking that what we see is real. I'm speaking for myself. These days, sometimes I'm looking at this stuff, and it's like I get in my car, I'm looking, four ways. Not that I wasn't cautious before, but now there's almost um, a worry that something is going to happen. Where before, you just look, you go outside, you see what's happening, and then you get in the car. I wasn't looking with the thought that somebody was going to be out there. And I mean, I've come home at any hour. I went to the market last night. I didn't want to, when I got home from work, I was too tired to go. And I discovered a TV show that gives me a smile. It's called High Potential. It's on Hulu. Well, actually, it's on ABC, and then the next day it's on Hulu. It has quite a bit of humor to it. I needed humor. Um, and then went to the market. It was after 8 last night when I went to the supermarket. And got to go to ShopRite on Wednesdays because they give you the extra 5% off, just in case you didn't know. Anyhow, um, the mind doesn't stop. It never stops. It never stops. And I have found myself, since I'm watching this news, I keep, they're showing pictures, and if you've seen this person, and I'm thinking, oh, he looks familiar. Well, if you've seen that person, like, he could just as well be the person, standing next to me somewhere. And that stuff starts to work on you if you're not careful. That's why I hear from a lot of the experts that it's in our best interest not to watch the news at night. Make sure your television is turned off, the radio, and things like that. If you're going to listen to something, make sure it's something soothing and calming, because it has ill effects, because it's going into our subconscious. We're sleeping, and all that chatter, all that stuff is going on, and then we wonder why we can't get a good night's rest. We wonder why we're so tired. We wonder why we have a headache. We wonder why our mood is, why we're so irritable, because we're putting a bunch of junk in, and we're not giving it a chance to go anywhere. And now I'm learning about, from this shadow work, about the feelings that get trapped in the body, which I think is interesting. And for a while I wasn't buying into it because of the course, um uh the literal words of the course, that the body is nothing, that the body itself is not real, that is, it's not permanent, that it's temporary. And I got that. uh but I also realized that this vessel is my communication device. And where's my communication coming from? My thoughts. So if I'm holding on to something unconsciously that occurred, yesterday, a week ago, a year ago, 50 years ago, if I'm holding on to something, then it has the opportunity to get trapped in my body. That feeling gets trapped in my body. And weekend before last, I had the opportunity to to be with the Reverend Michelle Wadley. I mentioned her last week, I believe. And she does forgiveness work and shadow work. And most of what she was saying, I was already aware of because of the course. But it's something about being taken into a we're in a space where where it's only her talking, and unless she's asking us questions. And we did have a lot of dialogue because she asked us to go deep, take that deep dive, and to go in and to talk about uh, things that were given thought, that were really that we've been holding on to. And I do this every day. I do this every day in an attempt to not hold on to the stuff that's bothering me, an attempt to not hold on to material things. It's slowly trying to move things out, because I'm realizing, actually I realized quite a while ago, that me holding on to material possessions is a way of holding on to the past. It's a tangible way to hold on to the past, which I think that could give people a different way of looking, of looking at people who tend to do that, um, realizing that there's something from the past that they just haven't decided to let go of yet. Anyway, to learn how to think is to learn how to live. Dr. Ernest Holmes reminds us. I can't move forward looking backward. So with this stuff going on in my body, I'm discovering, and it's interesting. You think about that thing, and if you give yourself an opportunity to be still with it, just be still with it and be with it, and see, where do you feel it? Is it a tightening in your stomach? Is it a pain in your chest? Do you find your neck starts to hurt, or your head starts to hurt? We have to pay attention to these things, because we're not realizing that our thoughts are become like steel traps, and we're holding on to something, just holding on to it and holding on to it. And because the thought, the thought, we keep thinking, we don't stop thinking. So the thought moves on, and something else comes in, and we're thinking about this, and what are we going to eat, and what's at the market, and what time I have to be to work tomorrow, what am I going to wear, and what am I going to present here, and all this. We have all this stuff going on, my studies, and practicing my practices, and all that. But in the meantime, that stuff that we think is gone has found its way through the unconscious thought. The subconscious thought has found its way into our bodies. And I'm telling you, I didn't used to, you couldn't have convinced me that was true. I started researching it because I was hearing it a little bit much. As a student of the course, I have to be careful that I understand. I have to be careful that I pay attention to what these words here I am. Hopefully you can see me. Something happened. I disappeared. Lynn, can someone hear?
Yeah, we
Somebody
do. Yeah,
give
you're
me a
here.
thumbs up. Okay. Got scared, got nervous that time. I said it went away. That's on my phone. I'm on my phone. Um, but yeah, we get stuff gets trapped in our bodies, and some of those, well, everything begins with a thought. All thought, the course teaches, produces form at some level. So the different things, the different experiences that we've had, we've brought them on our, that's a heck of a thing to try to accept. Oh, that these things have come into my awareness. They became part of my world so that for as a lesson, for me to get the lesson and the remembrance that all things are lessons that God would have me learn. And that's the thing I have to remember when things are happening. Because in the moment, we get caught in what we can see, hear, smell, taste, and touch, and we think that that's real. And we let that get trapped in our bodies. I don't know why I brought that up about the bodies. I don't remember, but I'm going to keep on going because we're talking about minding your mind. It's all connected. Because remember, too, it's all God. It's all God. From the course, we're reminded that this is a course in mind training, and that all learning involves attention and study at some level. Mind training, mind training, mind training. Guard your thoughts. We're asked to guard our thoughts. We're asked to stay out of the sleep of forgetfulness. We're asked to engage. We're asked to engage. I see my internet's going in and out. I see that that's happening. I'm going to pay attention to it. And I'm going to keep on going anyway. And the course continues that an untrained mind can accomplish nothing. And then the reminder that all thinking produces form at some level. Every thought we think has an effect. We may not see it, but it's there. William Walker Atkinson says that the mental pattern must always precede the material form. It always precedes the material form. Nothing just pops up. It doesn't just pop up. It started with a thought. It all starts with a thought. Elizabeth Gilbert says that we need to learn, I need to learn how to select thoughts just the way we select our clothes every day. This is a power that we can cultivate. If we want to control things in our life so bad, work on the mind. Again, all thoughts produce form at some level. Everything that we see comes from what we think. Everything. So if your life is going, if you find yourself in a lot of good smiles and laughter, you did that. If you find yourself in a lot of tears and worry, you did that. You find yourself in fear, oh my God, you did that. And the course tells us, the course, the spirit can't take the fear from us because we put it there. Spirit doesn't even recognize it because it's not real. Spirit only recognizes what's real. So it's up to me. It's always up to me. It is always up to me. And Christian D. Larson writes that we naturally become master over all life when we can understand and master the process of thinking. Christian Larson, and that's what I'm going to be reading from today, assuming I'll get to it, from the book Thinking for Results. Christian Larson was one of Dr. Ernest's teachers. At least his writings were very inspirational to him and motivational to him, and had a dramatic effect. He started changing the way he was thinking about the way he had been learning in the metaphysical sciences, and started moving towards what Christian Larson, his way of teaching. And it just, the puzzle just fit. It just made the puzzle fit. And Joel Goldsmith reminds us that we train ourselves to have some area in consciousness always active in truth. We are to train ourselves to have some area in consciousness because it's always active in truth. Have it always active in truth. Guard your thoughts, always active in truth. Get out of that sleep of forgetfulness, always active in truth. Mind your mind. Because it is in the mind, Joel writes, It is the mind that keeps itself stayed on God. The Course teaches that God is in everything I see because God is in my mind. And it's that remembrance. If we train ourselves to have some area in consciousness always active in truth, we can keep our mind stayed on God. It is the mind that keeps itself stayed on God. It is with the mind that we think spiritual thoughts. We can't, where else are we going to think from? Where else can we think from? So I'm moving around different places. I have on the slide, it says, ouch. And one quote, I was looking for more, but that was all I could find. I'll see if I can actually show it to you because it's in red. Let's see, how do I turn this around? There we go. Ouch. It reads for every minute you remain angry, you give up 60 seconds of peace of mind. For every minute you remain angry, you give up 60 seconds of peace of mind. And that's a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson. Yeah, it's going in and coming out, but I'm not giving up. I'm not leaving. I'm not staying. There's a song. I'm staying, I'm staying. And you, you, you're gonna love me. uh, I may have to turn off my uh, screen for the sake of conserving whatever it is you conserve by doing this. Anyway, my next slide, it reads, judge not. And I am going to I'm turning off my video and hope this works better. Judge not. From the Course, when the Bible says, judge not that ye be not judged, it means that if you judge the reality of others, you will be unable to avoid judging your own. And that's just pain. That's just a call for pain. I have been experiencing a conflict um, with a woman, and I have to keep reminding myself, I have to keep engaging with God, because every now and then I'll go into, creating a story of why things are happening. It's happening this way because this, and it's happening that way because that, and it's irritating me because this. Although I'm clear to say and know that it's not her that's bothering me. It's my thoughts that are bothering me. I'm very, very clear on that, which is why I have to talk myself through it. Keep reminding myself that I and the Father are one. And not only that, but that she and the Father are one also. Her worth is still established by God, regardless of what she says, what contradictory statements she makes, what passive aggressive words she uses. None of that really matters. It's still all God. Her worth is still established by God. Certainly not established by me. Um, I had written a text message saying that the thing is, didn't go the way I thought it would, and I assume responsibility for that, for my unrealistic expectations. They had to be unrealistic because they just aren't real. Anyway, Don Miguel Ruiz Jr., which is Miguel Ruiz's son, he writes that self-judgment is the punishment for not meeting your own expectations. It's how you bully yourself into being the person you think you should be. Bullying myself into being the person I think I should be. That's punishment. Not meeting my own expectations. See, so I think that because I've had 3 sessions with this behavioral therapist, that I should be quote cured. It's all it takes. I mean, she's not telling me anything I don't already know. In fact, I tell her things and she says, yeah, that's what I should be saying to you. But it certainly does take more than 3 sessions. It's unrealistic to think that I have been living the way I do, thinking the way I do along these lines for at least 60 years, at least. So I can't possibly expect that in 3 sessions, everything is going to just be hunky dory. Well, we can get it in an instant. I mean, I got the concept in an instant, but again, what good is that without the practice? So anyway, self-judgment is the punishment for not meeting your own expectations. It's how you bully yourself into being the person you think you should be. And expectations are illusions. I heard that somewhere, and I love that. Expectations are illusions. We are making things up the way we think they should be. There we go. We go into wish world and we think that it should be this way. And instead of accepting all things as they are, letting all things be exactly as they are and accepting it as it is. As it is. All right. From James Clear, by James Clear from Atomic Habits. He says, the more you think of yourself as worthless, stupid, or ugly, the more you condition yourself to interpret life that way. You get trapped in a thought loop. A thought loop, it just basically becomes circular. I don't like me, so I don't like anything outside of me. I claim it's because of you, but no, it's because of me, because I don't like me, and therefore I don't like anything outside of me. I can't love me because of this has happened, and I did this, and I shouldn't have done that, and all that, and I'm feeling all kinds of guilt and shame and all that, and we're taught just be willing to let it go. Be willing to let it go. It doesn't make what it was, the situation. Well, it's gone. Let me go there. There is no situation. There is no situation. I don't have a past. I have a memory that thinks that the things that were going on back then are real today, and that I can use some of the things that bothered me as reasons to act the way I do. They say, whoever they are, some of these ADHD experts say that I've heard it said that there could be trauma involved. It's a frontal lobe thing. I'm like, okay, my first husband punched me in my frontal lobe. you know, so does that mean I get to blame him? No, no. It was part of the experience, to teach me compassion, to teach me humility. Because I was blessed with one of those quick minds. Oh, there's a book titled Fast Minds, but the letters are the F stands for like focus or lack thereof. Um, but I was blessed with the ability to learn quickly, and I remember being in school and wishing that they would just hurry up. Of course, I didn't know anything about ADHD then. Wish they'd hurry up. I got this already. Come on, move on to the next thing. But if I think that having had some of the experiences that I had, it slowed me down to really to stop and smell the roses, to smell the flowers, to realize that it's not always it's not it's not always it's not about me. It's for me, it's as me, but it's not to me. That I don't have to uh try to make everybody hurry up to catch up to me. Oh, that's pretty arrogant. I think that's pretty arrogant. So I believe that, some of these experiences have helped to put that arrogance over there somewhere, to be more compassionate, to be more patient. And I'm grateful. I really am grateful for that. And as I'm saying this, just to remind myself to to be patient with myself, to not beat myself up, as this quote is saying, the last quote is saying, to not beat myself up when I didn't do it according to the way of the teaching. I say, oh, I've learned that, and I turn right around and no, no, I haven't learned it. I'm still learning it, because once it's learned, I wouldn't have those situations, anything like those situations occur. So again, the more you think of yourself as worthless, stupid, or ugly, the more you condition yourself to interpret life that way. You get trapped in a thought loop. The same is true for how you think about others. Once you fall into the habit of seeing people as angry, unjust, or selfish, you see those kinds of people everywhere. All right, Mickey. Hi. See ya. um, you see those kinds of people everywhere. So the more, if I'm looking out at a negative world, it's my world, and the world that isn't the temporary world, the world that can be threatened, the world of grievance, the world of pain, the world of suffering, the world of judgment, that world. If I'm looking out and something is wrong with everything, oh, that person, you should see how they don't carry themselves like like I do. They don't this and they don't that, and all those judgments, and it makes me think, oh, well, there are no good people out here, which then makes me think, what's the point? Why am I attempting to even be a good person or something thereabouts? Why am I attempting to extend to that person when they don't extend to me? That sort of thing. And all of a sudden, then everything becomes a call for love, not an extension of love. A call for love. Oddly, how um, people, disappear. You thought you were counting on these people, but you go at it with the wrong, well, I won't say wrong, with an angry attitude, and can't figure out why you're getting anger back. You're being selfish and can't figure out why you're getting selfishness back. You you think that everything, that people are unjust, so you get situations that come where you feel like you're being unfairly treated. But the course reminds us, do you know, let me put this out here, the word beware is in the course just once. Beware. And that is to beware to perceive yourself as being unjustly treated. You can't be unjustly treated because you're always treating yourself. Now, how are you treating yourself? That's a question. How are you treating yourself? Are you giving yourself the best you possibly can? Are you sharing when you do the best you possibly can? How are you extending? Are you extending? Or are you calling for love? And if you are, what are you going to do about that? Because it's not you get no joy out of walking around angry and barking at people and attempting to control them and where's the joy in that? But if that's the case, if you find yourself, people are shunning you. That's I'm gonna use that word. I'm talking about in bodily form. If people are shunning you, pay attention. It can't be everybody. That's always you hear the same story. The poor me stories. About all these things in form that are happening, and they're happening over and over and over again, and you don't realize that you play a role in that. So it's important to watch the habits, the way we think about people. The more you think of yourself as worthless, stupid, or ugly, the more you condition yourself to interpret life that way. You get trapped in a thought loop. The same is true for how you think about others. Once you fall into the habit of seeing other people as angry, unjust, or selfish, you see those kinds of people everywhere. Yeah. James Clear from Atomic Habits. So we have to be really, really, really careful about the thoughts we choose to think. Christian Larson says, in the use of natural law, we are at liberty to change our mind at any time. That is, when we find ourselves going down, we can turn about and go the other way. What does the Course teach? I am determined to see things above all else. I want to see things differently. The rules for decision lets me know that I can change my mind. I can make a choice. I always have a choice. Christian Larson says we are at liberty to change our mind at any time. Yeah. Change our minds at any time. We have the power to do exactly that. And I have two quotes here from about acceptance. Accept error in yourself and others. You must join the great crusade to correct it. We're talking about error, correcting error. And learn to undo error and act to correct it. It's not enough to say, "Oh, I forgive them." Yeah, I forgive them. I forget what we're doing is we say, I forgive them for doing such and such and such and such and such. Well, that's not forgiveness. That's not forgiveness because you can't possibly forgive something you perceive as real. Yeah, but they really did that. So how are you feeling now? How are you feeling now? Is that happening now? It is not. This is the only moment of time that has meaning, and now has no meaning to the ego. Learn to undo error and act to correct it. That's it. Mistakes. That's all. Mistakes. The miracle compares what you have made with creation, accepting what is in accord with it as true and rejecting what is out of accord as false. There are only two choices: the truth Oh, well, actually, there's really one choice. We're there's only one choice. There's only truth. The opposite of truth is nothing. We say, but no, it's a lie. Yeah, well, what's that? Nothing. And what is that? What is that passage from the course that I will love you and honor you? Whatever what you do, as long as it's true. But if it's not, basically, I won't. I won't. I'll overlook it. The Holy Spirit overlooks it, and that's what we're being asked to do, to overlook it. The only thing that is true, the only thing that is true, is the truth, and that's God. Which is why we're asked to keep our minds stayed on God, to engage with God. Back to that. I can't say that enough. Engage with God, engage with God, engage with God. When you're not feeling right, when you're not feeling good, when you're not feeling your best, when you're not feeling worthy, that's the time to engage with God, engage with God, engage with God. So I'm going to take time now. I would love for some interaction. Anybody interaction. I see Regis has joined the room. Hi, Regis, and Sharon, and Dove, and Lynn, and Paz en cada aliento. Hola. So I'm going to be reading from. See, this is why I wish I had a video, but because the idea of just reading, and well, you know me, I'm going to talk along the way. From the book titled "Thinking for Results" by Christian D. Larson. And this was written, 1900 something or another, very early on. He writes that man can change himself, improve himself, recreate himself, control his environment, and master his own destiny is the conclusion of every mind who is wide awake to the power of right thought in constructive action. That's a lot. I'll say that again. That man can change himself, improve himself, recreate himself. And I don't know about recreate. You're not recreating. Because you're constantly moving forward. So we're just choosing to create. Well, make, because if we're talking the tangibles in a tangible way, that's making. But to recognize the creation, to change our mind and be in that, to be in that, to improve oneself, recreate himself, control his environment, and master his own destiny is the conclusion of every mind who is wide awake to the power of right thought in constructive action. In fact, it is the conviction of all such minds that man can do practically anything within the possibilities of the human domain when he knows how to think, and that he can secure almost any result desired when he learns how to think for results. And we forget the power of our thoughts. We think about, I sure hope that such and such doesn't happen. And when that happens, we're wondering why. I was hoping it wouldn't, but you were giving it thought. You were making it real. Period. Christian Larson continues, man is as he thinks he is. And what he does is the result of the sum total of his thought. The average person, however, thinks at random and therefore lives at random and does not know from day to day whether good or evil lies in his path. Now, of course,
Zulma, I know you
when he's
asked
talking about evil.
Can you hear me?
Sharon, please.
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm sorry. I just want to tell you I'm here if you want to share. But go ahead, finish up
Was
what you
your
were
hand?
saying. No, finish up what you were saying,
Oh
and then
no, go ahead. I didn't know your hand was raised. Was your hand?
no, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was raised and then it was down again
I
very
don't remember. I
quickly.
went to a moment. Go ahead.
I love what you're sharing. When you said you can't forgive something if you think it's real. Now, we all know that's the whole teaching of A Course in Miracles. But when it
Yes.
comes to forgiveness, sometimes this mind is completely in the world and it forgets. It forgets because I can't. And so then I say, oh, I have to forgive it. But as soon as I think I need to forgive it and I see that form, I'm back in the ego. You don't want, so that was so helpful. And then when you're explaining a lot about your process, about forgetting and about, that's what my whole talk was about this morning is to, and so what I have been guided to do now is go within and just write what comes through me as like, an insight. Because when I fall back, and the politics is doing that with this mind, because I have like an addiction to getting the character that's running my character and all the stories behind that. And so what I see, like when you had also shared about the subconscious, sometimes like I have a habit of wanting to watch like either drama or I mean right now my husband and I are watching again The Handmaid's Tales. Have you seen that at all?
Can't
Have
say I
you
have.
you haven't? Um I can't hear you. Wait.
I think she said
Yeah,
no.
my internet's going in and out, and I'm hearing you in and out. So,
Oh,
but
okay. I'm
but my answer is
sorry.
no. I have not.
Yeah. Okay, because that's violent. It's very good. It has fabulous acting. But what it is, again, consciousness made our movie. So in this movie, we are seeing Handmaid's Tale. And then we're getting all this misinformation about how a certain political party wants to make this, world Christian nationalism. And then all of a sudden the ego pops up, doesn't it? So that is when I am watching that. If I don't take time out to be with the with our Father, then I am back in hell again, because that's what this is. This world, now we really get an illustration every day how much hate is in us. If you just watch the two sides, and as soon as I'm a person, I'm as hateful as every other ego. You can't be a nice person because you always have an oppositional thought. So I just want to thank you. And if you have anything to share, if you heard me, that's fine. If you didn't, that's fine too. Okay, that's it. Thanks, Zoom. I love when you teach. I guess you went out again, Lynn,
I
huh?
heard some of it.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I can, but you're in and
Can
out
you hear
too.
me?
She
Yeah,
knows
but
she's in and out, Sharon.
okay. All right.
Yeah, my internet
Sorry.
my internet's doing crazy stuff. But here's the thing. I hear all that, and I hear what I heard. But this is where I have to learn. Where I have to learn. I was saying that I've watched the news now. The news comes. I watch the news 3 days a week, and it's on. It's on at 12 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock. It's on several times during the course of the day, and this is where I have to mind my mind. This is where I have to mind my mind, not your mind, not the politician's mind, not no, no, no. The election has not occurred yet. We're hearing all kinds of stuff. And I'm not going to take myself into hell now. Now, listen, I have to enjoy today. This is all I've got is today. This is it. This is it. I cannot focus on what someone else is doing. In the book by Karen Casey that I was saying, change your mind, your life will follow. She says, tend to your own garden. Mind your business. Mind your business. Mind your mind. Mind your spirit. Engage with God. Don't engage with the television set. That's enough, right? Like I said, I have to put earphones on 3 days a week. I can't. I can't do that. Mind your mind. Engage with God. Guard your thoughts. I mean, we're hearing all kind of stuff, and some are saying this, and some are saying that, and that's just not on television. When speaking for myself, when I come here and talk about something that's going on in my world, now I don't, if I bring somebody else into it, I'm not going to talk about, in details about what's going on in their world. That's me doing exactly what the course and these other wonderful teachings are telling us not to do, because we take ourselves into hell. That means I'm saying that you're not this, you're no good, you're evil, you're this, that, and the other. That's not for me to do. Chapter 9, section 3, the correction of error. Read it. And I will read it again today. Read it. We're out here judging everybody and hurting ourselves with our judgments. We're causing ourselves grief with our judgments. So, it's it's when you can come to a place, as I do 9 times out of 10, when I just say, bless you, I bless you, I bless you, I bless you. Because when I'm blessing you, I'm blessing myself. When I'm blessing whatever's on television, I'm blessing myself. When I'm blessing whatever I'm hearing in the news, I'm blessing myself. What I'm putting out is only what's coming from me. It doesn't matter what so-and-so is saying. It doesn't matter what so-and-so is doing. And mind you, the different things I'm hearing about possible upcoming elections could have a worse effect on me, particularly simply because of the color of my skin. Let's be clear. However, in the Bible is written that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And I say that there is no weapon formed against me. There is no weapon formed against me. All things are lessons that God would have me learn. All things are lessons that God would have me learn, not the other person, not you on the other side of this microphone, not the person on television. All things are lessons that God would have me learn. How am I handling this? What am I doing about it? What am I doing for my peace of mind? Love, where you want to go out? Please. No. What am I doing for my peace of mind? This is the responsibility of the miracle worker is to accept the atonement for themselves. My responsibility is to accept my sole responsibility is to accept the atonement for myself. Not for you, not for the person on television, to accept the atonement for myself, to the point where, as best I can and as often as I can, my conversations are joyful and peaceful, and for the most part. And if I am in complaint mode, it's about me, not so much about what so-and-so did to me, but how I let myself be, go feeling that because of that situation. I'm looking at me. I am doing my best to continue daily training my mind. This is a course in mind training. These are courses in mind training. And it does me no good to sit and complain about what this one is doing or what that one did or what this one is saying or how that one treated me before and the, the kind of family I was raised, what my mom didn't teach me and why my father died when I was 10. And it does me no darn good to devote time, energy into all that painful stuff. It's gone anyway. Even what I just said is already gone. It's already gone. And my job is to overlook it. That's what forgiveness is, to overlook. That's what the atonement is, to undo, to recognize that it's not there. It's undone. It's gone. It doesn't, we don't know what tomorrow, we really don't know. I mean, we're hearing stuff, but we don't know. We don't know. Did we know that Joe Biden was going to step down? No. When we voted him in again, did we know that he was going to step down? We had no clue. Going to be in a position of to run for president? We don't know what anything. We don't. Not only do we not know what anything is for, we don't really know anything. We don't know anything. I can sit here and say that I know that A Course in Miracles is the. Well, no, the Course itself says that there's no such thing as a universal theology. There are people. It. No, no, because what's it in this moment may not be it in the next. At 8:45, I didn't know that my internet was going to do what it's doing right now. At 8:45, at 10 of 9, 8, 8, I don't know, something, close to 8:50, 8:40 something, 8:48. My computer said that I wasn't connected. I didn't know. I was sitting here having a grand old time and preparing my slides and putting a little color to them, having the fun that I do because, Karen said I spoiled her. I spoiled her by not having slides. In any event, I'm not going to sit here and get all bent out of shape because my internet's not working properly and I can't present, the material I wanted to present the way I wanted to present it. And oh wow, this is, what do they think this, or should they should I none of that. This moment, this one, it's all I got. It's all I've got. And there's no point whatsoever in me getting all bent out of shape about what's not happening, what I can't do, what somebody else is saying, what somebody else is claiming that they're going to do. We don't know what anything is for. We don't know. And so as this thing is going in and out quite a bit, Lynn, would you please find the song Let It Go by Karen Drucker? Let It Go.
Sure.
And let me know when you have it. I may have to turn the mic over a little bit sooner. I don't know. I'll keep on going until I can't, until, I'll keep on going. I'm assuming you're hearing me. but
All right, I have your song, Zulma.
I
You
don't know
want
what's
me to play
happening.
it?
It's happening too much.
I have your song. You want me to play it?
Can you hear me, Lynn?
Yes. Can you hear me?
See, I can. I heard that, but it was.
Okay.
But
I have
before
your
that was
song if you
choppy.
want me to play it.
Okay. Give me 3 minutes on this one. Before the lyrics say, when things are just too much, and I'm holding on so tight, and it comes down to, and it says a few other things, and it says, let it go. I turn within and pray. That's a line. I turn within and pray. I can't, this stuff out here, there is no out here. This is the problem. If I'm focused on all that stuff out there, I'm going to drive myself crazy. I may as well leave the country. Because I think this is going to happen, and I think that's going to happen, and I think that other thing is going to happen. We don't know. We don't know. That's all I know. All I have is 10:43 a.m. Eastern time. That's all I've got. That's all I've got. I have no clue what's going on with the internet. And it doesn't matter. And I'm sitting here taking slow, deep breaths. And I don't know if you're hearing how much of what I'm saying you're hearing. Not even going to ask, because when you answer me, I get the response choppy. I'm just living in trust, though. It doesn't matter. I'm just relying on spirit. That's all I can do. I'm engaging with God. That's all I can do. I am guarding my thoughts to the best of my ability. That's basically all I can do. My doggy is calling me. I have no idea what he wants. I keep moving around trying to find a place. I'm actually sitting right next to the modem now. But I think I'm going to, Lynn, give you the mic, and would you please play Let It Go? Thank you.
Thank you, Zulma. I appreciate all your trying here. And we all appreciate your sharing. So I'm going to go ahead and play that song and then close it out for you. Is that what you want me to do?
Yeah, because I don't know how much you're here. I keep going in and out. I guess my screen keeps going in and out, so I don't know if I'm losing you or not.
Yeah, off and on, yes. So we'll go ahead and play that song.
Yes. And thank you, family, for being here.
Things are just too much, and I'm holding on so tight. I wanna just relax, give up without a fight. I long to feel that sweet release, so I turn within and pray. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let it go. Let it go, let it go, let
All right. Thank you so much, Selma Gonzalez. I do appreciate you so very much. And I know how difficult it is when things are not working right. So thank you for